I'm hungry. Go and make food for me. The baby is hungry.
I want jollof rice and salad. Go to the kitchen and make it for me and my baby.
Sister, there is a chef in the house. Tell him what you want. He will prepare it exactly how you like it.
Sister, I'm the one that is pregnant, not you, so you must serve me.
Sister, why are you treating me like a house help? There is someone for this.
I don't care. The baby wants you to make it. I won't make it. Baby.
What is happening?
She refused to make food for me and the baby.
My dear, please just make the rice for her. You know she is pregnant.
I can't believe you, Greg.
For 10 long years, Sonia's home remained silent. 10 years of prayers whispered into pillows. 10 years of hospital visits that ended with the same sentence. Nothing is wrong with either of you. That answer hurts more than bad news. At night, when the world slept, Sonia would turn her face to the wall and cry quietly, afraid that if she cried too loud, even God might hear her desperation and turn away. Greg always noticed. He would pull her into his arms, kiss her forehead, and whisper the same words every time. God will give us a child at the right time. Don't let this destroy you. And truly, Greg was a good man. Every evening, no matter how tired he was, he came home with a smile, sometimes with flowers, sometimes with small gifts, sometimes with nothing but jokes and affection. He took Sonia out on dates, held her hand in public, defended her when people asked careless questions. To everyone outside, they were the perfect couple. But perfection doesn't erase pain. No matter how much Greg loved her, Sonia still felt empty. Her friends visited often, trying to cheer her up, reminding her that she was still a woman, still loved, still whole. She smiled for them. She laughed for Greg. But inside her, a quiet voice kept repeating, what kind of wife cannot give her husband a child? One night, after hours of silent thinking, Sonia made a decision, not out of wisdom but out of fear. A decision that would change everything. She sat beside Greg, her hands trembling. What if we get another wife? Greg froze. He stared at her as if she had spoken another language. What? Baby, how could you even think of that? He asked, his voice cracking. Why would you bring another woman into this house to give me your child? I'm happy with you. I don't want another wife. I don't want trouble. His eyes were sad, disappointed, almost offended. But Sonia was already drowning. You need a child, Greg. We need a child, she said, forcing strength into her voice. I will find a good woman, a peaceful woman, someone who will respect me. We will live in harmony and finally, our home will have laughter. Greg stood up abruptly. No, he said sharply. I don't want this. And he walked out of the room, anger trailing behind him. But Sonia didn't stop. She begged, she reasoned, she cried. Day after day, she pressed the idea until Greg's resistance began to crack. Not because he agreed, but because he was tired of seeing his wife broken. Finally, one evening, he gave in, but his eyes were cold. If any problem happens, he said firmly, it will be your fault, Sonia. Relief flooded her face. Nothing will happen, she replied quickly. I promise you, I'll find someone so good that you won't even complain. Greg said nothing. He turned and left the room. And in that silence, the door to chaos opened. Sonia did not go to the village as a visitor. She went as a woman carrying a decision that would change many lives. The moment she arrived, her father and stepmother welcomed her warmly, pulling her into their arms as though her presence alone brought blessing. Even Ada, her stepsister, ran out smiling. Auntie, good afternoon. How are you? How is your husband? Sonia smiled, studying Ada closely. I'm fine, Ada. Look at you. You're really shining. You're so beautiful. Ada laughed shyly. Stop it, Auntie. Come and eat. Mama just made bitter leaf soup. I know you love it. They laughed together and walked inside, unaware that the laughter was about to expire. After the meal, Sonia called her father and stepmother aside. Her heart pounded, but her voice was steady as she revealed her intention. She wanted Ada to come and become a second wife in her husband's house. Her stepmother reacted immediately. Her eyes lit up as though she had been waiting for those words. But Sonia's father frowned deeply. "My daughter," he said slowly, "are you sure this is the right thing? Another woman in your home is not a small matter." Sonia interrupted him quickly, almost defensively. "Papa, it's my sister we are talking about. It's better than bringing a stranger. Ada and I love each other so much. We grew up together, and I trust her." She paused, then added, "I don't want a strange woman to come and destroy my home." Her stepmother nodded vigorously. "I understand you, Sonia. After 10 years with no child, this is better. Two sisters will live together in peace." Sonia smiled with relief. She had already convinced herself. Now, all that was left was Ada. Sonia entered Ada's room quietly and sat beside her on the bed. "My sister," she began softly, "I have a favor to ask you. Please, do this for me." Ada turned, curious. "Tell me, sister." Sonia took a deep breath. "I want you to marry my husband. Be the second wife in my home." The words hung in the air like smoke. "You know I've been barren for 10 years, Sonia continued, her voice trembling. "It's tearing me apart. I can't sleep at night. My husband needs a child. An heir. I chose you because I trust you. I know there will be peace between us." Ada stood up immediately, anger flashing in her eyes. "Sister, no. I have a fiancé. Chike just proposed to me 2 days ago. I love him so much." Her voice shook with emotion. "I can't leave the man I love to marry your husband. Please understand me," Sonia begged. Ada refused. For 3 days, the argument repeated itself. Tears, silence, pleading, resistance, until pressure entered the room. Ada's mother pulled her aside one night. "Do you want to remain poor forever?" she asked coldly. "Your sister married into wealth, and this is the life I want for you. If you enter that house, you will change this family's destiny." Ada protested quickly. "But I love Chike," her mother snapped. "Come on, shut your mouth. In fact, clean your mouth. That poor farmer. Don't ever bring him here as my in-law. With your sister's husband, your brother will go to a good private school. We will live comfortably, and you have the life I want for you." Ada reminded her mother of the past, how Chike had helped, gave her some money, brought food from his farm produce, even fetched water. Her mother waved it away. That was then. This is now. That night, love lost the battle to survival. Ada agreed. When Ada told Chike, his world collapsed. "How can you do this to me?" he asked, his voice broken. "You're leaving me to marry your sister's husband?" Tears streamed down Ada's face. "I'm sorry, Chike. I have no choice." She removed the ring from her finger and placed it in his palm. Chike stood frozen as she walked away. And that was the end of the life she wanted. Sonia hugged Ada tightly when she heard the news. "Thank you, my sister. I promise you won't regret this." Ada smiled weakly. Soon, they left for the city together. When Ada stepped into Sonia's apartment, her breath caught. The space was large, beautiful, luxurious. "So this is our house?" she asked, excitement rising. "Yes," Sonia replied. "Our home." Ada hugged her. "Thank you for giving me this life." From that day, peace appeared to reign. Ada cleaned the house. She cooked. She served. They even laughed together, planning how to share nights with the same husband. Calmly, respectfully, like sisters. Everything seemed perfect until it wasn't. One afternoon, as Ada returned from the market, a black car slowed beside her and stopped. The door opened. 2 well-dressed women stepped out confidently. Ada paused. "Good afternoon, ladies," she greeted politely. "How may I help you?" The taller woman smiled knowingly. "I'm Anita," she said. "And this is Clara." Ada nodded. Anita tilted her head, studying her closely. "So, you are Sonia's sister," she said slowly. "And the new wife?" "Yes," Ada replied. "We want to talk to you." Clara added calmly. "Take my number. Call me and we'll meet." She placed the number into Ada's palm. "Don't worry," Clara continued lightly. "We are Sonia's friends. We don't bite." Ada nodded and walked away. Behind her, the 2 women burst into laughter, entered their car and drove off. The next day, Clara and Anita visited Sonia. Sonia welcomed them warmly. offered them drinks, and they chatted like old friends. Moments later, Ada came out with a plate of freshly cut fruits. Sonia smiled proudly. "Meet my sister Ada." The women congratulated her, exaggeratedly. Clara excused herself. "Ada, can you help me in the kitchen?" Once inside, Clara leaned closer. "You didn't call us," she said quietly. "Call us tomorrow. We have something important to tell you." Ada smiled politely. "Okay, no problem." The next day, Ada went to their house. They offered her a drink and sat her down. Anita spoke first. "Ada, you are a very beautiful girl." Ada smiled shyly. Anita's tone shifted. "What I don't understand is why you are acting like a house help in your own husband's house." Ada froze. "I'm not a house help," she replied quickly. "I do what I do because I want to. Sonia is my elder sister." The two women laughed loudly. Clara leaned forward. "Listen carefully," she said. "Your husband goes out with Sonia. He travels with Sonia. He vacations with Sonia." She paused. "And what do you get?" "Peanuts." Ada's throat tightened. "You clean? You cook? You serve?" Clara's voice dropped lower. "You are not a wife there. You are a maid who was brought in only to produce a child." Ada shook her head. "That's not true." Anita interrupted sharply. "If you don't wake up, you'll remain a maid forever. Without love, without respect." Clara added, "Claim your husband, Ada, or you'll regret it." Then Anita delivered the final blow. "Yes, Sonia is our friend, but that doesn't make her a good person. She treats us like nothing because she married into money." She leaned closer. "Wake up. You have a right in that house. Claim it." Ada said nothing. Her silence was enough. "Thank you," she finally whispered. "I'll think about it." "You better," Clara said calmly. That afternoon, Ada returned home, but her mind stayed behind. She replayed their words: house help, peanuts, only needed for a child. For the first time since she entered that house, Ada looked around differently. She noticed that she cooked every meal. She cleaned every corner. She served both Sonia and Greg, and she asked herself a dangerous question: what exactly am I here for? That night, something shifted. Ada stopped waking up early to clean. She stopped cooking happily. She started insisting. When it was Sonia's turn to spend the night with Greg, Ada would refuse. "I'm the only one with the womb," she would say firmly. "I need him so that I can bear him children," which she couldn't. Sonia noticed the change, but she ignored it. She needed something from Ada. Within 1 month, Ada became pregnant. Greg was overjoyed. He announced a trip. Ada was excited. Sonia was happy too. "Let's all go together," she suggested warmly. "Let's celebrate our baby." Ada refused bluntly. "I want to go alone with my husband." Sonia's smile faded. She turned to Greg. He didn't support her. "Don't worry, baby," he said gently. "Let me just take her this time. I've always been taking you." Then he added the sentence that sealed everything. "She's giving us our first child." Hearing that gladdened her heart. Sonia smiled, but something inside her cracked. Ada enjoyed her time on a trip with her husband Greg. After the trip, Ada changed completely. She began claiming full ownership of Greg, saying that she's the one that will give birth to his child. Sonia tried to do everything to make her comfortable, but she always creates problems for her. She spoke to Sonia rudely. She insulted her. She disrespected her openly. Whenever Sonia raised her voice, Ada would cry loudly, calling out for her husband Greg. "Baby," she would scream. "The baby is not okay." Greg would rush out immediately. "What happened? Is the baby okay?" Ada would sob harder. "Sonia is shouting at me. She's stressing the baby." Greg would turn angrily to Sonia. "Why are you screaming at her? Don't you know she's pregnant?" Sonia tried to explain. Greg cut her off. "You must tolerate her. You know how pregnancy is." Then he added quietly, "Oh yes, you wouldn't understand. You have never been pregnant before, so how would you understand?" Those words cut deeper than a knife. Sonia said nothing. She turned away, tears streaming down her face, and walked out without uttering another word. And in that moment, the house stopped being hers. By the time Ada was 7 months pregnant, nothing had softened her. If anything, pregnancy had only given her more confidence to be cruel. She spoke to Sonia with sharpness. She dismissed her like she was nothing. And Sonia did not fight back. She endured. In her mind, she kept holding on to a fragile hope. When the baby comes, everything will return to normal. But Norma was already dead. Greg no longer looked at her the way he used to. No more random gifts. No more dates. No more late night consoling arms. Greg's eyes followed only Ada now. Like Sonia had become a part of the furniture. Something that was always there and therefore no longer noticed. And Ada wasn't alone in her wickedness. She had become very close friends with Clara and Anita. Those two women were no longer just visitors. They were now Ada's private teachers. They fed her lies. They fed her strategy. They fed her hatred. Because the truth was simple. Clara and Anita had always been jealous of Sonia. Jealous of her apartment. Jealous of her lifestyle. Jealous of the kind of husband she had. A man who used to adore her. They wanted what Sonia had. And since they couldn't have it, they decided to destroy it. So each time Ada visited them, they planted new poison in her ears. Make her feel useless. Make her beg. Make her suffer small until she breaks. Ada, feeling awakened, would give them money gladly. Thank you, she would say proudly. You people opened my eyes. Clara and Anita would accept the money joyfully and then feed her even more hatred. Smiling like women watching a fire they started spread through a house. One afternoon, Sonia sat quietly in the living room, eating fruits and watching television, trying to keep her mind calm, trying not to remember that she was slowly becoming a stranger in her own marriage. Ada walked in. Her stomach was heavy with pregnancy, but her voice was heavier with arrogance. I'm hungry, she announced. Go and make food for me. The baby is hungry. Sonia looked up gently. Ada, there is a chef in the house. Tell him what you want. He will prepare it exactly how you like it. Ada's eyes narrowed. That wasn't what she wanted. What she wanted was not food. What she wanted was power. Sister, I'm the one that is pregnant, not you. Ada said coldly. So you must serve me. Sonia blinked, surprised by the audacity. Ada continued. I want jollof rice and salad. Go to the kitchen and make it for me and my baby. Sonia's face tightened. Sister, why are you treating me like a house help? There is someone for this. Ada cut in immediately, her voice rising. I don't care. The baby wants you to make it. Sonia stood slowly. Her voice was calm, but her heart was burning. I won't make it. Ada's face twisted in anger. Sonia added, blunt, bitter, pushed past her limit. Die if you want. Ada gasped as though Sonia had slapped her. Then she did what she had perfected. She burst into tears, loud, dramatic, the kind of crying that summons sympathy like a bell. Greg came out quickly. What is happening? Ada pointed at Sonia, crying harder. She refused to make food for me, for the baby. Greg turned to Sonia. His face carried irritation, not concern. My dear, please just make the rice for her. You know she's pregnant. Then the accusation came. Why do you like causing trouble for your sister and the baby? Sonia's body went cold. She stared at Greg as if she was seeing him for the first time. I can't believe you, Greg. And she walked away, tears falling freely now. Not the quiet tears she used to hide at night. These were the tears of humiliation. But the cruelty did not stop. It became routine. Ada's disrespect grew louder and more confident because she had discovered something. Greg would always defend the pregnancy, not the truth. Sonia, desperate, called her stepmother, the woman who had raised her like her own since Sonia's mother died. Surely she would understand. Surely she would defend her. But instead, her stepmother scolded her. Your younger sister is pregnant. Mama snapped on the phone. Can't you accommodate her? Then came the sentence that slapped Sonia's soul. Even though you are not able to give birth, at least someone is able to do what you cannot do. So tolerate her. Sonia's mouth opened slightly. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. The woman she had called mother had just used her barrenness as a weapon against her. Mama Ada continued. Just don't make my daughter leave her husband's house. Let her enjoy her marriage. Sonia ended the call in silence. But inside her, something shattered. She had nowhere to run, nowhere to report, no one to defend her. So Sonia did what many wounded women do when they are tired of fighting battles alone. She left it to God. As if that wasn't enough, Ada took the next step. One evening, she said it plainly. I don't want you in this house anymore. Sonia turned sharply. Ada continued. Her voice, sweetly wicked, moved to the boys' quarters. That way, I can live in peace with my baby and my husband. It wasn't Ada's idea originally. It was advice from Sonia's own friends. The same ones who had watched her suffering and still couldn't protect her. Ada liked the idea, and she imposed it like a new rule. Sonia refused immediately. I will never leave my husband's house and move to the boys' quarters. Ada smiled like she was waiting for that, because she knew exactly where to take it next, to Greg. Greg heard about the issue, and for the first time, Sonia expected him to finally speak like her husband, to defend her, to remember their 10 years of love. But Greg said nothing at first. Then, when he finally spoke, his words shocked Sonia to the brain. Try to move to the boys' quarters for our peace of mind. Sonia stared at him. He continued, I don't like all these problems. Just try to be good to your sister for once. Then, the final instruction came like eviction papers. Go to the boys' quarters. Sonia's throat tightened. She wanted to scream. She wanted to remind him that she was the first wife, the woman who built a home with him. But she couldn't, because she had become outnumbered in her own marriage. So she begged for one thing. Please, allow me spend the night with you. Just one more time before I leave. Greg agreed. Not with love, but like a man granting a favor. One last favor. That night, Sonia lay beside Greg, staring at the ceiling, feeling the weight of her regret crushing her chest. But something else happened that night. The next morning, she packed her things quietly, piece by piece, like someone packing a life that no longer belonged to her. She carried her bags to the boys' quarters. She entered that small space and sat on the bed slowly, as if sitting would stop the world from spinning. Her eyes filled with tears, not because she hated Ada, not even because she hated Greg, but because she finally understood the truth. She had brought Ada into her home to save her marriage, and now she was the one being pushed out of it. And there in the boys' quarters alone, Sonia began picking up the broken pieces of her life and regretting the decision that had opened the door for everything. Ada visited her new best friends and narrated everything to them and how successful their plan was. They laughed out loud. Serves her right, Anita said. They clung their glasses together, toasting to more suffering for Sonia and more money from Ada. 2 months later, Ada gave birth, a baby girl. Greg was overjoyed. For the first time in months, laughter filled the house again. But it was not Sonia's laughter. Greg bought Ada expensive gifts, clothes, jewelry, everything she pointed at. Ada basked in the attention, glowing with pride, holding her baby like a trophy she had finally won. When Sonia heard the news, her heart leaped, not with jealousy, but with relief. At last, the suffering is over, she thought. She rushed out from the boys' quarters, her face bright with genuine happiness. Oh my God, congratulations, my dear sister. She stepped closer, stretching her arms to carry the baby. Suddenly, Ada shoved her back violently. Get out of here, foolish woman. Sonia froze. Ada screamed hysterically. Do you want to infect my baby with your witchcraft? Sonia's world tilted. Ada, I was only trying to celebrate the newborn, she said softly, confused. Ada pointed at the door. Get out, you crazy witch. Don't you dare touch my child. Sonia's eyes filled with tears. She didn't argue. She turned and walked away, crying quietly, like someone who had finally accepted that kindness was no longer welcome. Days later, Sonia began feeling strange. She vomited constantly. Her body felt weak. Her head spun. She decided to visit the hospital. After running tests, the female doctor smiled warmly. Congratulations, Mrs. Sonia. You are 2 months pregnant. Sonia frowned. Doctor, are you serious? You mean I'm pregnant? Her knees nearly buckled, tears streaming down her face. I'm going to be a mother. Yes, ma'am, the doctor replied gently. Sonia jumped up and hugged the doctor tightly. Thank you so much. For the first time in years, hope rushed back into her veins. She left the hospital immediately. She had to tell Greg. She rushed to him breathless. Honey, guess what? Greg didn't even look at her. What is it, Sonia? She said coldly. I'm busy. She swallowed. It's okay. I'm 2 months pregnant. Greg, we're going to be parents. Before Greg could react, Ada stormed out. Her voice thundered through the house. So this is your new plan now, Ekwa? Sonia, you go out there, sleep with different men, then come back to pin this bastard child on my husband. Sonia screamed through tears. Our husband, Ada. He's our husband. He's my husband first, and I'm carrying his child. Greg's face hardened. So this is what you have been doing, he shouted. Sleeping with men and trying to pin the pregnancy on me. He laughed bitterly. Very clever, Sonia. Very clever. Then he roared. Get out of my sight before I lose my temper. Sonia stood frozen. She couldn't believe what she was hearing, but she said nothing. She turned and walked back to the boys' quarters, holding her stomach, holding her tears, holding her dignity together by force. Life became unbearable. She suffered alone. She struggled to eat. She struggled to sleep. She struggled to survive. Meanwhile, Ada lived her best life. She laughed with Greg. She enjoyed luxury. She spent time with Clara and Anita, sharing gossip, mocking Sonia, laughing loudly. It serves her right, they would say. 5 months passed in Ada's happiness. Then suddenly, tragedy struck. Her baby girl fell sick, very sick. She rushed the child to the hospital. Doctors tried everything, but the baby didn't survive. Ada screamed until her voice broke. Greg held her tightly, consoling her. When they returned home, the house was silent. Sonia came quietly to sympathize. She hadn't even opened her mouth when Ada screamed, You killed my child! Sonia staggered backward. You used witchcraft, Ada shouted. You were jealous because your bastard child will never be the heir. Ada grabbed Greg's arm. Throw her out. She killed my baby. Greg didn't question it. He didn't investigate. He believed her. He turned to Sonia and pointed outside. Get out of this house and don't ever return. Sonia, heavily pregnant, walked out into the streets. No bag, no money, no destination. Her friends had abandoned her. She walked and walked and walked until her legs gave up. She collapsed on the roadside and fainted. A car slowed down, stopped. A man rushed out. He carried her gently into the car and drove her to the hospital. He was a pastor. When Sonia regained consciousness, the doctor spoke to the pastor. She is malnourished and extremely stressed. With proper care, she'll be fine. The pastor thanked the doctor and walked up to Sonia. He introduced himself and explained how he found her. Tears rolled down Sonia's cheeks. Thank you. Thank you so much. The pastor hesitated, then said, You can't go back out there. You need care. Come and stay in my house. My wife will take care of you and your unborn child. Sonia nodded slowly. She had nowhere else to go. When they arrived at the pastor's house, his wife welcomed Sonia wholeheartedly. She fed her, she bathed her, she clothed her, she comforted her. For the first time in a long time, she felt safe. The pastor later spoke gently to her. There are things happening beyond the physical. We need to pray. Sonia nodded. She was ready. Together they prayed, day after day, and slowly, light began to return to her life. Back in Greg's house, life appeared perfect again. Ada was pregnant again. Greg was filled with joy. One afternoon, as he admired her belly, he laughed happily. God has blessed me, he said proudly. I'm a happy man. Ada smiled, basking in the praise. Thank you for bringing so much happiness into my life, my love, Greg added, pulling her closer. Ada said nothing. She only smiled. But happiness built on lies never lasts. One afternoon, as they were about to step out of the house, something strange happened. Ada suddenly screamed. She clutched her body, staggering backward as if an invisible force had pushed her. Ah! I'm burning! She cried. Something is burning me! Greg rushed to her in confusion. Ada, what is going on? Baby, what's happening? Suddenly, Ada dropped to her knees. Her voice changed. She began to confess. I did it. I did everything, she screamed. My mother gave me something to bewitch you so I could control you. Greg froze. What are you saying? He whispered. Ada cried uncontrollably. I bewitched you so you would hate Sonia, so you would choose me. I'm the child I'm carrying. It's not yours. Greg staggered backward. No, this cannot be true. Ada crawled towards him, grabbing his legs. Forgive me. I love you. My mother deceived me. Greg kicked her hands away in rage. Get away from me, you witch, he roared. So you destroyed my home. You made me hate my wife, the woman I loved for 10 years. Her voice shook with pain and anger. "You are evil." Greg dragged Ada out and threw her out of the house. Ada cried bitterly and ran back to her parents' home. But judgment was already waiting there. Ada's father had been informed of her confession. The moment she arrived, he slapped the ground in anger. "You and your mother should leave my house," he thundered. "I will not allow you to corrupt my son." Mama Ada snapped back angrily. "Is that how you talk to me after all I've done for this family?" Suddenly, Mama Ada burst into maniacal laughter. Then she screamed, "Fire! Fire is burning me!" She clutched her chest, writhing in pain. "I'll confess," she screamed. "I killed Sonia's mother so I could take her place. I tied Sonia's womb so she would never give birth. I planned everything so my daughter would take her life and her husband." The room went silent. Mama Ada gasped, convulsed, and collapsed. She died instantly. Ada screamed and begged her father for forgiveness, but her father turned his back. "Leave," he said coldly. "You are no longer my daughter." That night, Sonia's father wept bitterly. "My daughter suffered so much and I never knew," he cried. Greg searched desperately for Sonia. For 1 week, nothing. He involved the police. Eventually, they traced her location. Greg rushed to the pastor's office and fell on his knees. He narrated everything: the confession, the bewitchment, the lies. The pastor listened quietly. "I already knew," the pastor said calmly. "God revealed it to me." He promised to speak to Sonia. That evening, the pastor told Sonia everything. The truth shattered her. She cried uncontrollably. "How could my sister? How could my mother? The two people I love so much stooped to this level just to hurt me and my mother," she sobbed. But when it came to Greg, her heart hardened. "Even if he was bewitched," she said firmly, "he could have fought for our love." 2 days later, Greg came and knelt before her. "Forgive me, please," he begged. Sonia turned away. Then suddenly, her water broke. Chaos erupted. Greg carried her and rushed her to the hospital. He paced the corridor, praying desperately. When the doctor came out, Greg rushed forward. "Your wife delivered 2 healthy baby boys." Greg screamed with joy and hugged the doctor tightly. "Can I see them, doctor?" "Yes." The doctor smiled. Greg entered the room quietly, trembling. But Sonia did not chase him away. She looked at him softly. "Come, Greg. Come carry your sons." Greg rushed forward, laughing through tears. He carried one twin and kissed Sonia's forehead. "Thank you. Thank you for forgiving me. Now I understand the importance of prayers." He lifted his hands. "Thank you, God. Thank you for everything you have done for my family." Ada wandered aimlessly, rejected everywhere. She went to Clara and Anita for help. They laughed loudly. "Stupid girl," Anita mocked. "We used you to make money and you delivered. Thank you so much. You are useless to us now. Get out and never return," Clara added, slamming the door. Ada wandered for months, pregnant, broken, alone. She was later seen washing plates in a local restaurant just to survive. Moral lesson: evil planned in secrecy will always be exposed. A heart built on envy will destroy itself. Love without wisdom can become self-destruction. And above all, no one can steal what God has written for you, no matter how long it takes. Thank you so much for watching this story to the end. If this story touched you, moved you, or made you reflect in any way, please don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs to see it, and subscribe to this channel for more powerful stories like this. Also turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next episode or story. Now, I want to ask you a very important question. Do you think Sonia should have forgiven Greg after everything she went through? Or should she have walked away forever? And another one, if you were in Sonia's position, would you have brought your sister into your marriage in the first place? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. I really want to hear your opinions. Your comments keep this channel alive, and your support means everything. Thank you once again for watching. God bless you, and see you in the next story. Bye!